Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will delve into the captivating saga of Ada Turner, potentially falling under the spell of Sonny Corinthos, much like the string of legal eagles who preceded her in this tangled web of romance and rivalry. In the ever-twisting world of Port Charles, where alliances shift like the tides, Ada Justine Turner once stood as a beacon of unyielding resolve against the enigmatic mob boss Sonny Corinthos. She prided herself on her ironclad professionalism, viewing his charismatic aura as nothing more than a facade to be dismantled in the courtroom. But oh, how the mighty can falter! What began as a heated confrontation, filled with verbal sparring and legal threats, has evolved into something far more intimate and unexpected. Picture this: a casual softball game, intended as a light-hearted community event, becomes the unlikely catalyst for change. Amid the cheers and the crack of the bat, Sonny and Justine found themselves on the same team. Quite literally, he offered a steady hand when she twisted her ankle during a frantic run to first base, transforming their dynamic from adversarial foes to reluctant allies. Now, with this newfound camaraderie, how can Justine possibly maintain her objectivity? Enforcing the law against Sonny feels like an insurmountable challenge. When empathy and attraction start clouding her judgment, it's a classic Port Charles predicament, where personal feelings often sabotage professional duties, leaving fans wondering if Justine will be the next to cross that forbidden line. As we explore the rumors swirling through General Hospital spoiler circles, it seems Justine Turner is poised to join an infamous lineup of women from the legal realm who have succumbed to Sonny's undeniable magnetism. These aren't just fleeting crushes, they're full-blown romantic entanglements that have reshaped lives and storylines alike. Let's take a closer look at this Hall of Famer, perhaps infamy of Sonny's ladies of the law turned lovers, each with their own dramatic backstory that adds layers to the ongoing narrative. Starting with Claire Walsh, the ambitious federal prosecutor who arrived in Port Charles with a mission to dismantle Sonny's empire. Her initial disdain for his criminal ways quickly melted into a passionate affair, complicated by hidden agendas and betrayals that left her heartbroken and her career in tatters. Then there's Margot Dawson, the district attorney whose vendetta against Sonny stemmed from a deeply personal grudge tied to her family's tragic past. What started as a quest for justice morphed into forbidden desire, with stolen moments and whispered confessions that nearly cost her everything, including her moral compass. Hannah Scott enters the picture as a clever FBI agent undercover, using her legal expertise to infiltrate Sonny's world, only to find herself genuinely enchanted by his complex personality, a mix of ruthlessness and vulnerability that proved irresistible, leading to a whirlwind romance fraught with danger and double crosses. Continuing this roster of enchanted legal minds, we can't overlook Reese Marshall, the sharp-witted attorney who crossed paths with Sonny during a high-stakes case involving corporate intrigue and mob ties. Her no-nonsense approach initially clashed with his suave demeanor, but beneath the surface, sparks flew in ways that extended far beyond the courtroom. Their connection deepened through late-night strategy sessions that turned personal, revealing Sonny's softer side and Reese's hidden longing for excitement outside her structured life. And let's not forget the pioneer of them all, Alexis Davis, the brilliant lawyer who set the precedent for this pattern. As Sonny's first legal flame, Alexis navigated a roller coaster of emotions, from intense arguments over his lifestyle to tender moments that birthed a lasting bond, including their daughter Christina. Her story is a testament to how Sonny's charm can erode even the strongest defenses, blending love with legal ethics in a way that has influenced every subsequent pairing. These women, each with their unique motivations and downfalls, illustrate a recurring theme in General Hospital: the perilous dance between duty and desire. When facing a man like Sonny, Justine Turner, with her fresh-faced determination, might believe she's different, but history suggests otherwise. Will she rewrite the script or follow the well-trodden path? Diving deeper into the unfolding drama on ABC's General Hospital, the chemistry between Sonny and Ada Turner is becoming impossible to ignore, captivating viewers with its slow-burn intensity. Their interactions, once laced with tension and accusations, now carry subtle undercurrents of mutual respect and something more electric. Imagine the scene: a quiet evening at the Metro Court, where a chance encounter over coffee escalates into a heartfelt conversation about their shared experiences in high-pressure worlds. Sonny's piercing gaze meets Justine's steadfast one, and in that moment, the barriers begin to crumble. General Hospital rumors are buzzing with speculation that this reciprocal attraction could prove overwhelming, pulling them into uncharted territory. Some insiders whisper about stolen glances during depositions and accidental brushes of hands that linger just a second too long, hinting at an irresistible pull neither can deny. It's the kind of buildup that keeps fans on the edge of their seats, analyzing every gesture for signs of impending romance. But the gossip doesn't stop there. Things could escalate dramatically in the coming episodes. Whispers from spoiler sources suggest that Ada Turner's resistance might crumble entirely, leading to a passionate night with Sonny that changes everything. Envision the buildup: a stormy night in Port Charles, tensions high after a courtroom showdown, and the two find solace in each other's arms, blurring the lines between enemies and lovers. This impulsive decision, fueled by adrenaline and unspoken longing, could set off a chain reaction of consequences. And here's where the plot thickens even further. Just a few weeks after this hypothetical encounter, Justine discovers she's pregnant with Sonny's child. The revelation would hit like a bombshell, forcing her to confront not only her feelings, but also the ethical quagmire of carrying the heir to a mob dynasty while upholding the law. How will she balance her career ambitions with impending motherhood? Could this pregnancy draw her deeper into Sonny's world, or spark a fierce custody battle that rocks Port Charles? Fans are already theorizing about the ripple effects, perhaps involving Sonny's exes, or even rival families sensing vulnerability. This potential storyline echoes the soap opera tradition of surprise pregnancies that ignite family feuds and personal growth, adding yet another layer to Sonny's legacy of complicated relationships. In wrapping up this exploration, it's clear that Ada Turner's journey with Sonny Corinthos is shaping up to be one of General Hospital's most intriguing arcs yet. From her initial denial of his charm to the mounting evidence of a budding romance, complete with inventive twists like the softball game pivot and the looming possibility of a life-altering pregnancy, the narrative promises high drama and emotional depth. Next, we will uncover the simmering undercurrents in Port Charles as Willow Corinthos and Harrison Chase rediscover a comforting connection, igniting widespread excitement among fans for a possible revival of their once-beloved romance. In the bustling heart of Port Charles, where family feuds and hidden affections constantly reshape relationships, a subtle yet undeniable spark has begun to glow between Willow Corinthos and the steadfast detective Harrison Chase. Recent episodes have captured their poignant heart-to-heart conversation, delving into the raw pain of Willow's devastating custody loss. Her children, Wiley and Amelia, now solely under Michael Corinthos's care following a brutal court battle that exposed deep rifts in their marriage. Chase, ever the empathetic soul with a history tied to Willow, couldn't hide his protective instincts. He boldly expressed a desire to confront Michael directly, advocating for Willow's right to see her kids and challenging the unfair isolation she's endured. This moment wasn't just a casual chat, it felt like a lifeline thrown in turbulent waters, with Chase's sincere concern shining through his badge and uniform. As the week unfolds, spoilers tease another intimate encounter, where Chase might bare his soul even further, perhaps confiding in Willow about the strains in his own life, including Brooklyn Quartermain's hesitation to move forward with adoption plans, amid her unresolved emotional ties to her son, Giovanni Joe Palmieri, whom she gave up years ago in a heart-wrenching decision. Or, he could vent his growing frustration over Drew Quartermain's aggressive tactics, like pressuring young Danny Morgan with veiled threats, and deliberately keeping Emily Scout Corinthos away from family gatherings, all in a bid to consolidate power within the Quartermain dynasty. These revelations could position Chase as Willow's unexpected knight in shining armor, a role he's played before, but now complicated by his vows to Brooklyn. Yet, with his marriage showing subtle cracks under the weight of unaddressed grief and differing priorities, fans are left pondering, could this evolving bond lead to something more profound, or will it unravel the fragile threads holding Chase's current life together? It's a tantalizing setup that blends vulnerability with forbidden potential, reminding viewers of Port Charles's penchant for turning allies into lovers amid chaos. The online buzz is electric, with General Hospital enthusiasts lighting up social media in hopes of a chillo reunion, that cherished pairing from Willow and Chase's past engagement that once promised forever, but crumbled under betrayal. Chase's passionate defense of Willow's readiness to storm into Michael's world and demand justice for her severed ties to Wiley and Amelia's reignited dreams of their chemistry, which burned brightly before Willow's infidelity shattered it all. Remember, Willow's track record isn't spotless. Her affair with Michael while still with Chase, followed by a secretive fling with Drew that further eroded her marriage, paints a picture of someone who struggles with marital boundaries, often seeking solace outside her commitments when the going gets tough. This pattern has fans divided some cheer for Chase to step in as her redeemer once more, his unwavering support a stark contrast to the cold shoulder she's receiving from Michael. While others worry if Willow's history signals trouble ahead, his own marital tensions with Brooklyn, strained by her lingering heartache over Joe and the couple's stalled family plans, add another layer of intrigue. Could Chase's empathy for Willow's plight, born from their shared history of love and loss, rekindle those old flames? Or is it a risky dance, where Willow's tendency to view men as saviors perhaps a residual scar from her traumatic upbringing? In the dawn of day cult under the manipulative Harmony Miller might lure Chase away from his wife. Inventive fan theories are swirling, imagining scenarios where a late-night stakeout or a charity event brings them closer, forcing Chase to choose between duty to his marriage and the pull of a past love that never fully faded. Delving into Chase's deepening vulnerability, this week's rumored developments promise to strengthen the invisible thread connecting him to Willow in ways that could alter Port Charles's romantic landscape. Spoilers hint at Chase unburdening himself during their next meeting, perhaps detailing the emotional toll of Brooklyn's decision to postpone adoption until she can fully process her complex feelings for Joe, a boy she's only recently reconnected with through unexpected family revelations. This confession might reveal Chase's own hidden doubts about fatherhood, stemming from his brother's past tragedies, making him relatable in Willow's eyes as someone who understands profound loss. Alternatively, he could unleash his pent-up rage toward Drew, whose recent actions such as cornering Danny, with baseless accusations of aiding in Scout's kidnapping during a family visit to the Quartermains, all while spreading manipulative lies to isolate the children from their extended kinshave, painted Drew as a villain in Chase's book. Chase, with his detective's sense of justice, sees through Drew's facade, viewing him as a power-hungry opportunist who exploits vulnerabilities for personal gain, a far cry from the supportive figure Willow once idealized. This candid exposure of Drew's flaws could elevate Chase to hero status in Willow's world, especially as she grapples with the shadows of her own mistakes. Adding to the mix, Elizabeth Baldwin, with her keen intuition honed from years of nursing and personal heartaches, might pick up on the growing closeness between Chase and Willow during a hospital shift or a casual coffee run. However, given Willow's defensive streak and Elizabeth's history of overstepping like her infamous meddling in family affairs, that backfired spectacularly, it's doubtful Willow would welcome any warnings, potentially brushing them off as jealousy or intrusion. Will Chase's raw honesty, laced with frustration and a touch of nostalgia, pull Willow into a deeper emotional orbit, challenging the stability of his marriage to Brooklyn and setting the stage for dramatic confrontations? As the layers of Chase and Willow's renewed connection unfold, the burning question remains, could their mutual pain and understanding blossom into a full-fledged romantic reboot? Even with Brooklyn firmly in the equation, Willow's pattern of infidelity casts a long shadow, raising valid concerns about her ability to respect boundaries. Yet devoted fans are championing Chase as the antidote to her turmoil, hoping he can shield her from Drew's lingering influence and the isolation imposed by Michael. There's a poetic irony here. Chase has always thrived on being the rescuer, from busting criminals to mending broken hearts. And while he can't mend Brooklyn's sorrow over her distant son Joe right now, stepping in for Willow offers him a chance to play hero in a familiar arena. But this impulse might come at a steep cost, potentially fracturing his marriage as old affections resurface. Imagine the fallout: a heated argument with Brooklyn after she discovers secret texts, or Willow confiding in Chase about a hidden pregnancy scare from her time with Drew, drawing them even closer. General Hospital thrives on these high-stakes dilemmas, where shared vulnerabilities can either heal or destroy. In the end, this storyline underscores the soap's timeless appeal, exploring how past loves can haunt and heal in equal measure. What do you think, loyal viewers? Will Chillo rise from the ashes, or will loyalty prevail? Next, we will dive into the explosive confrontation shaking up Port Charles, as Lucas Jones delivers a blistering critique to Willow Corinthos, exposing raw tensions and hidden vulnerabilities in their fractured circle. In the charged atmosphere of Port Charles, where secrets simmer and alliances fracture under pressure, Lucas Jones steps into the fray with a no-holds-barred verbal assault on Willow Corinthos. During Tuesday's gripping episode of ABC's General Hospital, fueled by outrage over Willow's continued interactions with Drew Quartermains, Despite his scandalous affair with Nina Reeves that shattered multiple lives, Lucas doesn't mince words, labeling her pathetic and likening her pursuit of Drew's approval to an addict desperately chasing their next fix. This isn't just a casual jab, it's a deeply personal indictment, drawing from Lucas's own history of heartbreak and betrayal in relationships, including his turbulent past with Brad Cooper that left him wary of anyone who excuses infidelity. Willow, caught off guard and seething with defensiveness, fires back by accusing Lucas of acting as a covert operative for Michael Corinthos and Carly Spencer, suggesting he's feeding them intel to further isolate her amid the ongoing custody drama. Yet, Lucas presses on, mourning the erosion of Willow's once unwavering integrity, which he believes has faded since she embraced motherhood to wily Corinthos, transforming from a resilient teacher into someone seemingly adrift in a sea of poor choices. This exchange, set against the backdrop of a bustling hospital corridor where eavesdroppers like nurses linger nearby, raises a pivotal question for fans. Will Lucas's harsh reality check propel Willow deeper into Drew's reassuring embrace, where he always bolstered her ego without question? Or will it serve as the wake-up call she needs to confront her self-destructive patterns? Inventive spoilers hint at a follow-up scene where Willow retreats to a quiet park bench, replaying Lucas's words while staring at old photos of her children, amplifying the emotional stakes and leaving viewers to speculate on her inner turmoil. The fallout from Lucas's fiery takedown has ignited fervent debates across General Hospital fan communities, with many pondering the ripple effects on Willow's already precarious path. He reminds Hare and the audience of his profound sacrifice in relinquishing Wiley to her and Michael years ago, a decision rooted in his belief that they would provide a stable, loving home free from the chaos that plagued his own upbringing. Now, Lucas views Willow as tragically weakened, addicted to the superficial flattery Drew offers, much like a gambler returning to the casino despite mounting losses, a metaphor that resonates given Drew's history of charming his way through entanglements, including his complicated ties to the Quartermain fortune. Willow's bristling reaction, laced with denial and sharp retorts, underscores her vulnerability, which traces back to her harrowing experiences in the Dawn of Day cult, under the manipulative Harmony Miller, where constant validation was a tool for control, leaving lasting scars that make her susceptible to figures like Drew, who affirm her without challenge. Fans are buzzing with theories, some imagining a flashback montage in upcoming episodes that revisits Willow's cult days, juxtaposed with her current conversations with Drew over coffee at Kelly's diner, highlighting how his unchallenging support echoes the false security she once knew. Could this brutal honesty from Lucas, delivered with the intensity of a brotherly intervention, finally jolt Willow into reclaiming her inner strength, perhaps by seeking therapy or reconnecting with her roots as Nina's daughter? Or might it backfire, pushing her straight into Drew's arms for the comfort of his unchallenged affirmations, even as he navigates his own web of deceptions involving business rivalries with Jason Morgan? As Willow grapples with the sting of Lucas's accusations, her mounting exhaustion from constantly justifying her actions to Michael during their bitter divorce proceedings, and now to Lucas in this unexpected ambush, threatens to overwhelm her fragile resolve. With the custody battle for Wiley and Amelia Corinthos temporarily on hold until an October hearing, delayed by legal maneuvers from Michael's side citing her recent instability, Willow finds herself in a limbo of isolation, cut off from the daily joys of motherhood like bedtime stories or school pickups. This void could tempt her to lean on Drew's comforting deceptions, such as his whispered assurances that she's blameless in the affair's fallout, rather than facing the stark truths echoed by those around her, including subtle hints from neighbors who witnessed her secretive meetings. Enter Elizabeth Baldwin, the compassionate nurse with her own storied past of romantic missteps and family reconciliations, who might extend a sympathetic ear during a chance encounter at the hospital cafeteria, sharing insights from her experiences raising Aiden and navigating co-parenting with Lucky Spencer. However, Willow's deep-seated need to always feel justified, perhaps amplified by her leukemia survivor journey that demanded constant positivity, could steer her away from such grounded advice and toward Drew's orbit, where validation flows freely without the discomfort of accountability. Lucas's addict analogy strikes a chord, evoking images of Willow spiraling like a character in a cautionary tale. But will it be the catalyst to shatter her illusions, prompting a solo retreat to a lakeside cabin for reflection? Or will it intensify her downward trajectory, leading to clandestine late-night calls to Drew that escalate into something more perilous? This intense clash between Willow and Lucas is hurtling their long-standing friendship toward a perilous breaking point, forcing a profound examination of whether she'll embrace his urgent plea to refocus on her children, perhaps by volunteering at Wiley's school, or advocating more fiercely in court, or succumb once again to Drew's seductive trap of easy escapes, while a vocal faction of fans is rallying for Willow to summon her inner fortitude, drawing inspiration from her past triumphs over illness and deception to rebuild independently. Others are bracing for the dread of a renewed entanglement with Drew, the very catalyst of her marital collapse, who continues to weave chaos through his ambitious schemes, like his recent bid to acquire shares in Aurora Media. The pressure mounting from all directions: Mitchell's unyielding stance, Carly's protective glares during family events, and now Lucas's forthright disapproval tests Willow's ability to stand firm, especially as invented elements like anonymous letters warning her of Drew's ulterior motives add layers of intrigue to the narrative. Can she weather this storm of perceived betrayals from those she once called friends, emerging stronger and more self-reliant? Or will the cumulative weight cause her to crumble, seeking refuge in Drew's arms and reigniting a cycle of drama that could engulf poor Charles anew? As always, General Hospital delivers these heart-pounding dilemmas with masterful twists, keeping us hooked. What are your predictions for Willow's path ahead? Share in the comments below, like this video, subscribe to our channel for the latest spoilers, and enable notifications to stay in the loop.